I did the honors of going live for you.
Oh, cool. So here we are.
Yeah.
All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bold Carnivore. Today we were meant to sit down with Larry Pringle. I'm not sure whether he's going to show it or not. He's a very busy fellow. Hopefully he will pop in. But if not, we have our friend Carnivore Trucker. Sup, Shawn?
Not much. Just trying to find more. Trying to find more videos on what we're going to be talking about today.
So we have a lovely thing to talk about just now. Maybe you guys have heard of a little thing called the Olympics. Yeah, a little show over there in Paris right now. No? Anybody? Somebody? Oh, maybe.
What? Sorry, like I said, I'm looking for more videos to show.
I see how you are. You know what's funny is when we started, it asked me if I wanted to record. I'm like, sure. And I click the button for recording. It tells me I've been recording too much lately, so I have to try again next month. I'm like, what? Well, StreamYard, I pay for essentials, so I can understand that. But seriously, you're gonna give me a fight that says I record too frequently?
I was gonna say, like, what plan do you have?
Essentials. I don't even have the basic one.
Oh, you only okay.
A lot of my price reading right now. Okay, D says hi. Hi, D.
Oh, hi, D.
Let's say hi. Okay, so we only have one friend watching, or at least that's what the counter says just now. So it's Heidi. Heidi. Maybe we can get some more friends to pop on. But anyway, let's go ahead and start it up. Today we are making fun of the Olympics. Oh, wait, not exactly expressly what I meant. We're at least going to take a look at this mess. And I say mess because that's exactly what is going on over there right now. Daddy Butter, fired up, brother. What you got?
Hold on 1 second. I have. Where is that video?
He found some really interesting material already. I'm looking at it going, ha, 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 ha. No, I mean, it's not like that weird. It's weird, but it's not that weird. No, they're weird. I'm not that weird.
I think this will work. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Okay.
You got a patiently waiting.
Put that screen away. Share.
Put that screen away. Share.
This
share.
one.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So. As y'all can see here, they did like a mock.
Last Supper.
Yeah, Last Supper.
Yep.
With like, yeah, here it is.
Yeah, that's. Oof.
And yeah, you have. I mean, you have whoever this is, and then the rest are all men cosplaying as women.
Can't even be sure that the one in the middle is actually a genetic female.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, you really can't tell.
Yeah, and as we were talking about backstage, like, I'm not sensitive to this, but even like this is even I'm getting vibes that like this is demonic. Like,
dude, I'm looking at this going, somebody needs to be fired.
Yeah, I mean, with all these drag queens, which there's nothing like, okay, if you really want my opinion, like, adults can be adults, do what they want, but behind closed doors, you know, people who are into it can go to it, type of thing. But this is a message that's being pushed. I don't know.
No, well, I mean, go ahead and put your thoughts out there. I just say anything that is behind closed doors eventually will be expressed in some way or another. And when you have it at a societal level, then you should expect it to be expressed societally. This is a subculture of people who don't just want to prance around in pink underwear. They want to be seen. So there you go.
Well, yeah, but I could respect subcultures, but it's being pushed into everything. I mean, what does the Olympics have to do with this? With a
I
with mock
struggle to,
with the mockery of the Last Supper, you
yeah.
know, and
I don't see how the Olympics are connected to that. That's the scene I saw earlier.
yeah,
That's just nuts. I mean, why is this Giga Chad face thing rolling all over the floor in the rain? I just don't get it.
yeah. And
How does this say Olympic gold to anyone?
come on, give me this. Yeah, I
Micro
think it's
control.
just. I think Paris is just, or France is just about as woke as America is, and they're virtue signaling, saying, "Look how." Oh, this guy, uh, Better Bachelor. I think this is on his Odd Man Out channel. He's got several ones. He was saying like this is pretty much a. His opinion was that it was like celebration of immigration and diversity.
What is it? What, huh?
Yeah, because I don't know if you know about like over there, they've got like a huge immigration problem, which everybody does at this point. And it's like somehow this was about immigration and just being accepting.
How
So
does that
we
connect
have
with?
to accept this.
Okay, first and foremost, that's utterly ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's so disjointed that there's no way anybody can make sense of it that way. It's like, oh look, mockery of Christianity. Yes, diversity and inclusion and immigration. How does that?
Well, yeah, like the whole woke mind virus stuff that's going on is a mockery of Christianity.
Largely.
And I know this, and I'm like I said, I'm not even like sensitive to that type of stuff.
But isn't that something that would make somebody curious, though? Look, the entirety of the world of wackiness is bent against one real perspective, only one. What does that suggest?
Say that again.
I mean, consider this, right? The entire world of wicked wackiness,
Mm-hmm.
all of it is bent toward only one perspective, and it is against only one alternative perspective. Only one. What does that actually suggest?
Well, if you okay, I think if you like subtract the religious aspect of it, it's a changing of people's morals. Because like morally, like we kind of know who we are as people, whether that be our gender and our values, and what they're trying to push is flipping everything on its head and give it into like hedonism. I think a lot of it has, I'm going on right here, a lot of it has to do with like social media and porn addiction and everything and all that. I don't know, it's like I said, I think it's just they're trying to change people's morals so that way they could push Marxism and socialism and communism, because the bigger picture, BlackRock, all that, they're pushing all this because they control all the money, and they want to control everybody. And if they can make it, and then if they can make us doubt our gender or sexuality, then they can make us do anything.
Okay. Now,
and our morals.
Okay, but how is that connected to the only one other perspective that actually buttresses against that?
What other perspective?
Well, you have the wacky world of wickedness out there, right? And you see them proud and loud and on display. right?
Yeah.
And the only thing they're genuinely pushing back against is Christianity. Why only that other alternative perspective?
Are you asking me, or is this a?
It's a general question, but I mean, you're here as the foil for this.
Okay. Well, Christianity is the biggest religion in the world, really. I'm pretty sure it's the majority of the world are Christians, and I would broaden that to Abrahamic religions as well.
When you say Abrahamic, what do you mean?
Isn't Islam, Judaism, all that Abrahamic?
Well, Judaism, yes.
Islam, because I've read the Quran before. It's basically the Old Testament, but like obviously different. But Adam and Eve is in there.
It's apocryphal, is what it is. It's apocryphal.
Yeah. So that's in my mind that goes under the umbrella.
Sure, because they want to fly under that umbrella. It gives them some protections.
Yeah, sure. So, and I've lost my train of thought.
Okay, well, but if that were the case, wouldn't they be like parading a fake Muhammad out there or something?
Well, true.
Do they ever do that?
I can't think of any real thing because probably. Sorry, I was reading that too.
Yeah.
I think because Christians are more turn the other cheek compared to Islam. They won't put up with that. They won't put up with that if you get what I'm saying without saying it.
Well, that's because there are two different mandates. See, the Christian religion is operating under the mandate of our weapons of warfare are not carnal. We do not war for this world, right? So we don't have space available to us in this world. The scripture tells us that we are passing through it. Yeah. But their book doesn't say that. Their book says to war in different ways for different reasons in the world. Yeah, so it's a very different thing.
You're making my point that I was trying to make, without saying it.
So if we operate under different mandates, are they the same religion?
Well, no, obviously not. But I was just saying, kind of linked, just through Abraham.
I can link myself to Abraham Lincoln if I want to, right?
Huh?
I can link myself to Abraham Lincoln if I want to.
Yeah, sure. But that was
doesn't actually have any meaning.
Umbrella terms is what I meant.
Cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Wait. What we got?
The story. Go ahead.
It seems to me the story the story is the same, but the names are changed to protect the innocent. Okay. Yeah. All right. I can see that as a possibility.
See extremists, yes, because there's extremists in every culture, subculture. There's carnivore extremists,
Sure, but I want to point out the fact that extremism in Christianity is the absolute fringe because we are under a mandate of nonviolence.
I'd agree with that, and same with Muslims, Islam, all that. Well,
not if you read the book here.
Well, true, but there's some people who take it too far. I'll just say that.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah. Now, also, it's easy to do though when you're getting fomented by alternatives, like say the FBI or the CIA, if they're getting your camp trying to push you to do things that you probably wouldn't have done otherwise.
That's getting into conspiracy territory there.
Well, we have new information about how some people who have gone on recent rampages had connections with FBI, and they were perhaps potentially assets.
Mm-hmm.
That Pennsylvania event that happened?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, seems that the guy that was hanging out on roofs and taking pot shots, both of his parents were in the realm of psychology, and it's very possible that he had FBI link.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting things going on in the world today. Okay, wait. That's true, Mama Cracker. There is quite a lot of violence in the Bible. But just because things are recorded historically and or as a proviso, this is a thing that happened or this is a thing that ought to happen in this particular instance doesn't mean that it is granting violence to be done, especially since the Christian perspective is given by Christ and his apostles in a direct line. And they were very clear on what we're supposed to do as Christians, to forgive, to carry each other's burdens, to show love, not only between ourselves, but to the world. And really hard to do that when you're jabbing people with spears and swords and taking their land or stuff. It's not easy to do that.
And my understanding is the most violent parts in the Bible are from like the Old Testament.
Well, largely they are. And if you consider that God did give people orders to do certain things, he did so with intent to cleanse the land or preserve or protect the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, if you consider John Calvin, he interpreted the scripture in ways that allowed him to kill people he considered heretics.
Thanos.
That's a great example, Mama Cracker. I'm not sure that it's a biblical example, but it's a great example.
It's an example I understand. I have more experience with that.
Well, you're a modern thinker. That's why.
What's wrong with that?
Have you seen Idiocracy?
Oh yeah. That was supposed
That's
to be.
What's wrong with that.
That was supposed to be parody, not prophecy.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be lampooning the particulars of what was going on in the day, but wow. Why was this show put on? Who is the leader of this?
Are you talking about us or the Paris Olympics?
It's his fault. He's the leader. I defer.
I did click go live because Matt was taking too long.
I was taking too long. I went to the restroom.
I put on the countdown, and you know, it was the 30-second countdown, and you had 30 seconds. It was like 15 minutes had got by, and you suddenly clicked live. So I just did it for you.
I pushed and I asked you, does that make it automatic, or do I have to push the screen button? And suddenly the counting was live. I was like, oh, okay, no problem. All right. You let me think it was automatic.
I didn't catch that part.
Okay. Maybe you were busy.
Yeah, pressing the countdown button.
I think she's clarifying she meant Paris.
Yeah.
Mindset without the Bible or any book. Okay. And I grant that. But why did he have such a mindset?
Because
I posit it's because there are... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Because the writers made it that way.
Okay. See, yes.
And do you know... I'm going to go into nerd territory. Sorry, D. We're going to talk about this for a second before we go back to Paris. In the comics, that was not Thanos's motivations.
Nope.
He was in love with Death, and in the comics, Death was an actual character.
She has a personification.
Yes,
she has a personification.
So he wanted to kill half the universe as a gift for Death, for his love.
Yeah.
That was his motivations in the comics.
Sacrificing life to Death as a gift.
That's more poetic.
Oh, sure. I mean, if an abortion meal is poetic, I suppose, yes.
More poetic and, in my opinion, more interesting than the eco kind of message that they did in the movie.
in my opinion, more realistic for a madman.
Yeah. Anyway, Paris.
No, wait. We're not done here.
We're not okay. Okay.
No,
Sorry,
because
D. I'm trying to move it along for you.
I posit it is because there are two genuine kingdoms of reality. There's the kingdom of righteousness and there's the kingdom of wickedness. You belong to one or the other. Now, whether that's expressed just because the writers are within that human perspective, or if it's because it's a genuine reality, I couldn't say. But I do believe it is because it is genuine reality. I believe that there is a kingdom divide. There's the kingdom of righteousness, there's the kingdom of wickedness. And you belong to one or the other, and you will show that through your expressions. I mean, if you're sacrificing half the universe to death in personification, you are probably a wicked person.
Well, yeah. That's why in that story it was clear who was the bad guy.
And here you get Disney and Marvel going, well, let's make it a little bit about this or that, and we have to give him reason. We can't have him just being bad for the sake of being bad.
Yeah, they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, well, and they don't, which is weird. I don't know if I would want to try to humanize the monster per se, but
they do that way too much. There is.
Go ahead.
I watched a video a while back, but I've also read the book, which I've recommended it to you before. I have no mouth and I must scream.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I've been busy.
It's a short story, and this is like the most evil villain in my opinion. And that was the point of the video, which I agree with. The most evil villain in all of fiction. Just so an AI. This is basically post Terminator. The AI. I forget what it stood for, but AM was the name of the AI, and it's wiped out all but 5 people.
Well, AM is am.
Yeah.
As in I am.
Yeah, and there's a line in there where it's like where it refers to himself as I am. Yeah, but anyway. So
well, there's also the Bible says that of God, I am.
Yeah. One of the characters has a mental break, and he's like, if there is a God, it's this guy. It's Am, and I'm in hell. So like, yeah, it deals with a lot of stuff in a really short amount of time. But anyway, so it's keeping 5 humans alive, and it's kept them alive for over 200 years, and this computer is just torturing them just for the sake of torturing them for 200 years. And there's a line in the book where it's like, I have 1 billion lines of wires, 1 billion miles of wires, and if every one of them had hate etched into it, it wouldn't amount to 1/1 billionth the hate that I have for humans. And it's like, it's just one of those lines where you're like, man, that's kind of profound. And this evil, yes, we are talking about sci-fi books. I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is the name of the book. Well, a short story.
At the moment, we're talking about that one.
Yeah.
Good evening, friends.
Yeah, Simpson, we started off talking about the Olympics and now we're here. So yeah, that's just, I completely lost my train. Oh yeah. That's just one of those. It's an example of a villain that's just pure evil. And modern woke movies and shows can't have a villain just be a villain anymore. They have to be relatable or misguided. It's that bending of morals that we were talking about earlier.
Good point. Let me give an example of that done well and right, though. The Incredibles.
Which one?
Buddy. Buddy as Syndrome. Okay, that was done right. It was done well. He was a villain for the sake of being a villain, but he had purpose and reason. It's because he met his hero and decided that he wasn't very heroic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, that's a great example of how somebody ends up on that bent path, but then they bend themselves to it. Right? That was a great example. But then The Incredibles 2 is a great example of what not to freaking do with your villain.
I don't even remember this second Incredibles. I think I watched it I think I tried watching it twice and fell asleep both times.
There you go. It is very lackluster. It is not memorable. The only character that even had any impact on the story in that particular case was the baby. And it's still forgettable.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very forgettable. But Syndrome, I will not forget. You sly dog, you got me monologuing.
And
Moving
by
on.
the way, you got me for 30 more minutes.
Oh, I see how it is.
Well, we can't go on for 4 hours like we did last time. We agreed on that.
That's true, but I did say 2 hours max.
No, you didn't. And I did say I do have plans, so.
Yeah, I know. You got friends coming over. You're gonna play video games or jump off the roof or something.
I'm gonna go over to his place, to his parents' house. They have a new house. I haven't seen it yet.
Housewarming party, yay!
Kinda. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I was renaming the stream.
Like I was saying, I tried watching that movie twice. I fell asleep both times. It's like,
yeah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah,
it's sad. It's very sad. You know what really blew my mind is they added another super strong character that was female just so they could see a girl punching Mr. Incredible.
I'm trying to even remember.
It's closer to the end. You probably were asleep by then.
That's probably why.
Like, what was the point? This character did nothing for the story. You just had her there so that when she's the psychopath, because she's mind controlled, you got a big girl punching a big guy.
And of course, DEI rules, you can't have a woman knowingly be evil. She had to be controlled
and conditioned and so on and so forth. But the main villain was supposed to be a female too. So, but then her reasoning skills are just absolutely abhorrent.
Again, I don't even remember.
See, this is what happens when you don't actually watch the movie we're talking about. Okay, moving on. Back to the Paris stuff. I had a link. Where did it go? Wait, okay, ahead. Here it is.
I'll stop sharing so you can pull that up.
That was really well said.
Thank you. Yeah, DEI has rules.
You put it up. Sorry. I threw a monkey wrench into your wrench.
Yeah, DEI has rules. I wonder if I could find it.
Please do.
They send out a rule book to Hollywood. Oh, are you talking about the book or the movie or the BBC broadcast?
The book, man. The book. What's the matter with you? Obviously, the book.
Hey, there was the BBC broadcast, the movie, and the book.
Okay, good point. And the BBC version was very, very close to the book.
Mm-hmm.
It was very close.
Oh, both.
It was condensed, but it was so close.
Both. Yeah. Douglas Adams is one of my favorites as well. I haven't read the Restaurant at the End of the Galaxy yet, but I meant to.
That one's good. It's End of the Universe, I think it is. But yeah, you're right.
Oh, whatever. But yeah,
I read the whole series. It was worth it.
Okay, the Brits just they had their heyday. I mean, they had Doctor Who going on. They had Faulty Towers, Black Adler.
Black Adler. I did not like Black Adler. Black Adder. I'm saying it wrong.
Blackadder.
But
Yeah, it was Blackadder.
yeah, Adder. There were only certain parts of it that I found enjoyable. But
I
very
do
few.
have my towel.
See that? And me without my towel. No.
It's funny how I just
You just happen to have one. Just hanging around.
I use this as a green screen, even though it's blue.
Makes sense. Say blue green screen. Blue
That's
screen.
a blue screen.
Anyway. Yeah, I liked the Douglas Adams series. If you're talking about the Hitchhikers series, it was great. If you talk about the Dirk Gently series, though,
I
that's a
haven't
harder
seen that.
read.
I haven't
That's a much
seen or
harder
read
read.
that.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Take the time, at least the first book.
Okay.
At least the first. I could not really get past the first one, but the first book was it's okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was different from his other book. So, yeah.
Yeah. This is why I have a towel handy.
Cool deal. So with the Dirk Gently series, there's a lot mixed into that. It's hard to explain. It's kind of a sci-fi meets mythical stuff. It's like weird. It's very hard to explain.
Hitchhikers was your first sci-fi. I think my first sci-fi was probably Star Trek.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Hmm?
That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
You mean the original?
TNG.
Oh, the next generation. Well, also good.
Yeah. That's what my mom watched all the time. So I grew up watching it too.
Can't say that it's still good, but it certainly was good.
Picard
Okay.
season 3.
Picard. Are you still watching that? Are you serious?
Just season 3.
Just season 3. The rest of it can go into the trash. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I forgot I was doing something. You mean which book? Star Trek book?
Or you mean Hitchhikers?
Now we're both confused. See, look at that confused look on his face. Okay, wait. Oh, cool. Now he looks like he's in the cab of a truck.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now you can't read my face.
Can't. I really can't. Can't see your eyes. Wait. Where's the button? Oh, that's even better. Now he looks like he's ready to fly a plane. Share screen. Is that right? Yeah, here it is. Okay.
We were talking about both books and series when it comes to Hitchhikers. Yes. But when I started talking about Star Trek, I was talking about the show.
The Hitchhikers show, though, I only remember the one movie. Did they do a series?
Hitchhikers?
Yeah.
As far as I know, they only did a book.
I'm saying, I know that they did a movie. There was one movie, but I don't know whether there was more than the one. Now I gotta think. I think it was just the one. Nice. Indeed, very nice. I read Dragonlance books before I read the Lord of the Rings. Let me tell you, the Lord of the Rings is a huge step up from just about any other fantasy series I've ever read.
Okay.
So thought out. Okay, where we are. Here we go. The Paris Olympics 2024 opening ceremony was a boring, soaking wet mess. That's how they're framing it. They're framing it as, what? Most of the world is going, you guys are nuts. And here they're going, oh, so boring. How droll. There.
Probably because, who is this? Johnny
Hmm?
Oleksinski.
God, we are butchering that name. You're welcome, Johnny.
Johnny, get a better last name. Is
Yes.
probably just desensitized to wokeness and demonic whatever.
He is probably 100% anesthetized to anything that could actually be felt as far as this is concerned.
That's why I was blaming social media and porn addiction.
Really?
Because you see messed up stuff on social media every day.
Mm-hmm.
You go on the hub, and the way, because I've been looking into this, and because, well, truck drivers for 6 years, been alone on the truck for 6 years. You get what I'm saying? So I've been kind of addressing my own addiction towards that. And the way it works is you have to find more and more and more explicit content to get more of that dopamine. So it desensitizes your brain.
Very good point. That is highly possible.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I know that that's indeed the case. There are actually medical studies on such ideas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's plenty of books on it. Okay.
I agree. I watched the movie, and I agree that it was slightly Monty Python-ish. But if you've read the book, and I know that you have, right? I mean, you got that. You have read the book, right? Because it is very wacky and wild, and the ideas presented in the book they're difficult to digest, and if you don't have a strong imagination for that.
Yeah, they are more abstract.
Yeah. Like the Vogons and stuff, and how they torture people with poetry. And I mean, that's serious. That's actually in the book. Hi, Mason. Nice to see you. Okay, wait. Here, we got another friend here. Rick says, porn is stupid and boring. I get more excited seeing a big steak.
Well, Rick's wired differently.
That is the case. And slightly isolated. Rick, make friends. I'm your friend. Hi, Rick. That is true. Yes, it is. It is very true. And it is addicting, just as so much as any other thing, like sugar or carbohydrates or anything else that can rewire your brain.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Battlefield Earth. I read the book. I didn't find it exciting or to strong writing. In fact, it was just not my cup of tea. But then I also know a lot more about the history of L. Ron Hubbard, and I could say it's not a pretty picture.
Yeah.
Anywho, let's go back to what we were talking. Anything that rewrites the brain causes a need for more of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is the case.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Scroll. Not watching the video. Talk about miserables. The Paris Summer Olympics 2024 opening ceremony on Friday was so rough that the local dancers bungled the can-can. I don't know. I can't comment on the can-can. I guess they can't. What were the French thinking? I don't know.
I think they had enough BlackRock money to not think.
Probably. You just throw everything at the wall and see what doesn't stick. Oh my goodness. It was meant to promote worldwide unity. How in the world do you think a bunch of...
They pander to the 1 to 5% of the population and expect everybody to love it.
All right. Look,
to be in
I'm not an
lockstep with it.
But if I were an evolutionist, just from the evolutionary standpoint alone, what in the world makes you think that a microfraction of the mass is going to cause unity in the mass? Is that the very definition of stupid?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
It's insanity. They expect a different outcome every time, and Sure, maybe in the beginning we were not openly rejecting it quite as much as we are now, because we
Well,
were,
there were. Go ahead.
I think we were more tolerant 5, maybe 10 years ago.
Well,
But
they
just
weren't
because it
as
was only creeping in,
yeah back.
and it was
They
just
weren't
like,
trying to take miles, and that's the problem. What seeps in, you don't notice until you're drowning in it, right?
yep.
And here we are at the drowning stage, and
But
thank God a lot of people are fighting back. But oof,
Rick says if you want everyone to be united, get everyone to eat meat. But Rick, eating
we
meat
give them a common enemy.
eating meat is bad for the environment, and it doesn't put any money into Bill Gates' pockets. We have to eat the plant-based, lab-grown meat that Bill Gates approves. And I mean, if we can't make Daddy Bill Gates happy, then there's just no point.
Are you picking on Bill Gates? Are you seriously on my stream picking on Bill Gates? Do you want to get me thrown off the air? Seriously, what's the matter with you? Yep, that is the case though. If you are not doing anything that is helpful to making them rich and you dead, they are not happy with you. It's like a leak around the toilet. Yeah, it's a leak around the toilet, and then somebody drops a big old firework down there.
And then you're ankle deep in shit. Plant-based and start waddling around, pooping every 15 minutes. Yep. Waddling, whatever.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Okay, where are we at? The
I don't know.
entertainment value performances during the more than 4-hour broadcast were all over the place in every sense. Nothing came together. But it's about unity. It's coming together. Was any of this messy staging awe-inspiring or remotely impressive, as London, Beijing, Sydney, Rio, and Tokyo all were? Okay, look, maybe this guy is just carpet brained. I don't know. None of those were awe-inspiring or impressive. They were all demonically inspired and disgusting. Many of them were bathed in abhorrent colors and horrible dress and just literal demonic imagery.
You know what? They did at the opening. They did a that Mary Antoinette, whatever, with the beheaded lady.
Really?
Yeah. I think I
You have
showed
to
you.
find something on that. No, I didn't see it yet.
Hold on.
You find it. I'm going to do this one. This is nothing came together. Messy. Okay. The fake enthusiasm of the NBC presenters, including Kelly Clarkson, over the buffet of botanity deserves an Emmy. Oh, yes. I'm sure it was botanic. And I'm going to just leave that one on that right there because that's scary. What is this? Lady Gaga performed in French.
That wasn't Lady Gaga.
They're trying to say this peacock is Lady Gaga. I don't know.
I don't think that was Lady Gaga.
Maybe it's a misnomer, but yeah. I don't know. There are so many drags out there. It's hard to say. Could be. What is this? 3 French people ventured off to have. I don't even want to know what that's about. Heartwarming. Celine Dion. You know, there are some conspiracy theories that Celine Dion is, not genetic,
Okay, I got something.
Okay, wait. Let me close this one. Okay. A Bud Pirate Convention.
Yeah.
Rick, yes, that's exactly what that is.
This.
Oh, what is that? No, I didn't see that. Did anybody else see that? What is this? How is that unifying?
I don't know. And then they had a metal band showing, and then they showed up. They at the end. I don't know why that video isn't showing it, but they had like a bunch of red uh, ribbons pop off of the building like blood.
Huh.
And I'm annoyed because the band Gojira was performing. That was the metal band, which I actually like that band. So I'm kind of annoyed by that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Gojira. Is that Japanese for Godzilla?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Freaking
I read
Godzilla
that
right
she's
there.
dead. I mean, Celine. I don't think Celine is dead. I don't think. Celine Dion's dead. Dion dead? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure she's not.
Are you referring to yourself in the third person?
He is, and I know exactly what would happen. There'd be giant ducks just all over the place.
Yeah, instead of one of the horsemen of the apocalypse riding across the lake, it would have been ducks.
Horseman of the Apocalypse. Where did you see that?
Okay, hold on.
Okay, look, I'm not paying attention. I'm just here. You have to show me these things and point it out and go, they're right there. All right, yeah, cool. Any day now. Take your time. We're not on a live stream or anything.
Here.
Whoa. See, you could have said something. No. They seriously did that? Now, This is the Pale Rider. Look at that.
Yeah, look
What
at
is
this.
the Pale Rider? Anybody know what the Pale Rider is? It's dead. Wow. They just all up in your face, aren't they? They know what they are doing. Now, Rick, and pay attention because I know that you're here. And Shawn, this is what I'm talking about. There are genuinely two kingdoms. They know their roles and they display them.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm not even sensitive to this kind of stuff, but that is like, I can feel the evil through the screen.
Look, now, everybody said it. See? Check it out.
Mm-hmm.
They know.
Yeah.
That's him. That's the Pale Rider. They are welcoming.
So, yeah, instead of that horse, we could have had ducks. Missed opportunity, France.
Duckies down the lane. Be all right. Check it out. That I can see ducks being more unifying. But what kind of unity are they actually talking about? Clearly, they are talking about unity, and they do believe that they are fostering unity. But what unity are they fostering? They are fostering unity in their own kingdom. That's what they're talking about. Yes, it's becoming unavoidably obvious. You can't even walk down the street without tripping over the fact that there are two kingdoms, and those divisions are becoming very, very obviously clear.
Yeah. And if you ask me, it's going to get really worse before the end of the year.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And there's going to be a second attempt.
There has been chatter. And if you pay attention to the chatter, you know that they do the thing they're yapping about.
Mm-hmm. And I know his word isn't law, but Mr. Jones has been talking about it.
Well, Bill Hicks would know because he's an insider.
Mm. The headless woman is the opening in the opening ceremony was a bit disturbing. I know it was part of their history, but seriously, but really, yeah. Was it Queen Antoinette?
Off of the monarchy, though.
Yeah, how is that?
It's part of their history, but it's part of the bloody, violent history. Why would you want to put that on display?
Yeah. But
who signed off on that?
BlackRock.
We pay the check, you do the deed. I have a theory, but I'm not saying. Wait, you just said you have a theory, but you're not saying. What are you not saying? What is your theory? I don't know. What are you talking about? Make it clear. At least give me a clue about what it is you're not talking about.
You can use coded words. We'll understand.
Well, most of us will.
I probably will.
There you go. There you go. I'll just sit here and go, okay, yep.
And then I'll explain it to you.
Thank you. That's helpful. Rick says they
Oh,
did
yeah.
a hospital.
Shout out to Snore Lord. He's doing 40 days of carnivore right now. He's
Cool.
on day 21 right now.
Who is Snorlord?
I've had him on my channel before.
The gaming channel?
No. Carnivore channel.
Oh, the Carnivore channel. All right.
It's been a while. It's been a long while though.
Cool.
They did a hospital themed intro for the 12 Olympics. I don't remember that.
I do not either, but it wouldn't surprise me. I know they've done a lot of things like that, and I think on the it's not the only one. They've done several that are very similar to that. What's the one in? I mean, that was the Chinese one, was it?
I hardly pay attention to Olympics. I'm not a sports fan to begin with.
Beef is hijack, bacon is sniper, sausage is bombs, and eggs is target. I love it. That's great. Nice code. Lovely.
Yeah, it was Marie Antoinette. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, I'm guessing that's the case that they were aiming for. This is Marie Antoinette, and she's beheaded, and clearly this is in the Palace of Versailles, so that's what they wanted to project. Okay, but long ago they cast off the monarchy. What are they trying to project?
Maybe you have to be French to understand.
I don't know about that. The woman what rides the beast will be cast off by the beast too, and she wears red.
Ah, I get that connection.
Okay, wait, what?
Yeah.
Related to me? Related to me? Oh no, I'm far too cool for that. Yes, Mason's my brother. Yes, because it was the Reign of Terror. They actually called it the Bloody Reign of Terror in France, and that's what they called it. And that's the historic name of that situation, and it stuck. That's unavoidable. They had a peasant uprising. They overthrew their monarchy. It was nasty. See? Corny, yes. You come here for the corn. What it is. Wait. Historical data. Marie Antoinette guillotined in 1793.
Oh, Rick has a better answer.
Okay, let's see.
This part was designed to honor and celebrate Great Britain's National Health Service, a government program that provides health care at a low cost, a British children's hospital, and the nation's body.
The removal of the lady's head in the window celebrates that?
I think maybe he's saying
from the 2012 one.
Okay, I don't know. What are you talking about, Rick?
Verify. Do you mean the 2012 version or right now? Because I don't see how that's connected. I'm confused. See? He says, smile. He knows it's true. Let them eat cake. Okay, now, again, that's apocryphal. She didn't actually say that.
But
history buff.
Oh, from the
2012 London Olympics. Oh, the London Olympics.
Okay, but I got to get going soon.
Hey, that's unfair.
No, it's not.
Okay, wait. She was,
and you don't have to end with me. You can keep going.
That's true, I can, and I'll be here for a bit. But hold the stream for me for just a minute because I need to go and produce a different stream. So I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna kick you off. Hey y'all. So just real quick, Mama Cracker, I know you subbed to my gaming channel, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been doing that Half-Life series 4 days a week, and then Fridays is gonna be the trucking game. And I was thinking about streaming that trucking game today, but Matt hijacked me. But yeah, I'm about to get off and go hang out with my friends. But yeah, produce a different stream. Good one. Oh, I get that now. I have to do that too. It's funny how you got that. That went over my head. Ducks don't see the guillotine drop coming. Yeah, believe that. You know what? Just because Matt left me in charge. How do I share?
Did you find it? Wait. The ducks don't see the guillotine drop coming. Yeah, they don't. Because their eyes point in a different direction.
I put a link in the chat to my gaming channel. That's all I want to shill for tonight.
Wait. Is this it?
Yep.
Boom. Okay. Nice shilling. All right.
Here's my gaming channel. Come subscribe.
Meaty Trucker.
I'm doing Half-Life and then Truck Driving Simulator on Fridays.
Which truck driving simulator are you using?
American Truck Simulator.
American Truck Simulator. I'm going to see if I can get that, but right now I can't because my card didn't want to work online. So we'll see how that goes.
And I did the first Half-Life game, and then I did a little weird game called Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah, for those of you with sensibilities, don't watch the Doki Doki one.
Yeah, I had to age restrict. The last 3 videos of that. So that'll iguana hunting game.
I don't know if there are any.
I'm gonna have to look, but I know they have like regular hunting games. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna go now.
All right, see you later. Have fun.
Love you.
He just had to sign off on the strangest way he could possibly do it. He just had to go and make it weird. Yeah. Love you too. See you. He's still listening. All right. Tell you what, because I'm here, I'm going to look at this one. Now, there's he showed a clip there before it, and it showed this blue guy just kind of hanging around on the table, which is strange enough itself, sure. But I think that I can give a link to where that actually is, what it means. Right? And it's the god of wine and debauchery is what it is. So I'm going to show that real quick, see how that connects. Okay, wait. Let me go back again. Now, it's a little off because the color is blue, which is weird because it's not supposed to be blue, right? But this is what that was about. And if you didn't know, now you know, because they do that. They promote these gods of chaos and disorder and drunkenness. And that's what this is. Okay? So the blue guy there is this here. Right? This is what they were promoting. And if not, they would have to have actually said so in something. But I haven't seen them say so in anything. Let's say, I think this is probably about right. God of fertility and wine, later considered a patron of the arts. Doesn't that connect? He created wine and spread the art of viticulture. He had a dual nature. On one hand, he brought joy and divine ecstasy, or he would bring brutal and blinding rage, thus reflecting the dual nature of wine. Dionysus and his followers could not be bound by fetters. And they mean moral ones, obviously, right? So that's kind of the connection there. Okay, I'm going to close this page here so I can see what I'm doing. All right. Yeah, he's still not coming on. So we'll see. Yeah. Isn't that interesting stuff? Okay, so since I'm still here, I'm going to post a link to the stream. And if some friends want to try and bounce in and chat with me, maybe if you want to do that, let's see. Bring on the lizard people. I'm hungry, like Garfield and the mutant guppies. Mutant guppies. Rick, I can't say that I've seen mutant guppies before on Garfield. Was that in the movie? Because I haven't watched the new movie, so I don't know. If you mean in the comic strip, I've never seen the comic strip with mutant guppies. Okay, let me send out an invite for friends, just in case somebody wants to jump in and say howdy, howdy, hey. Mason, I'm looking at you. Maybe you want to jump in. Okay, I'm looking. I'm still not finding anything that actually suggests what it is that was supposed to be. But that's what I think was the intent. Yeah. Dionysus there. Okay, hardly original to point out that Paris is one of the most beautiful romantic cities on the planet. Its architecture, the Louvre, Hotel de Dieu, outshone any flesh and blood performer. He's talking about architecture. I'm just talking about the same thing from the New York Post from before. Actually, interesting though, they have something here, apparent drag parody, and this is the same post, New York Post. Okay, I'm gonna share that. It was on the TV show that came out of the sewer. Still can't say I've seen that, but it's been a while since I've seen the TV show, so I don't know. Okay, so again, that is an active link. Anyone who wants to join in can join in, and we will have a chat moment. Yeah. So Mason, if you're available, or maybe Mama Cracker, you might want to pop in and sound off. Yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to share this while people are thinking it over. Present. I got to find the buttons. I love the buttons. Okay, here we go. Drag performers. Apparent drag parody of Last Supper at Paris 2024 Olympics opening ceremony sparks controversy. They're being very kind. Spark controversy. No, it was not controversy. In fact, there are protests and rolling blackouts and grayouts and brownouts, apparently, all across Paris. It's not going well for them. They have done some bad things, and it is not well. It's very not well. A crew of drag queens and dance performers performed an apparent parody of The Last Supper. Yeah, even these guys are calling out, and they know that's what that is. It's not difficult to figure out. That's what they are parodying. How is something a parody? I don't understand. Just consider who painted it, right? They're parodying the picture, or they're parodying the idea of Christ's last meeting with his disciples. How do you parse that? You can't separate the two because the one is based on the other. Oof. Drawing intense criticism across social media and in real life. There were people protesting in the streets, from what I understand of it. They don't want to cover that, but it is there. This is crazy, opening your event by replacing Jesus and disciples at the Last Supper with men in drag. Clint Russell, the host of Liberty Lockdown podcast, fumed on X. See how they try to frame that as he's the one that's being unreasonable. There are 2.4 billion Christians on Earth, and apparently the Olympics wanted to declare loudly to all of them right out the gate, not welcome. Yeah, seems pretty clear. Wow. Yeah, blackouts are definitely not a good sign. All I do is laugh. Well, I mean, yeah, sure. But if you want to pop in and talk up, we can. It's all right. No problem. Okay, I'm going on with this. Yeah, I don't know. I agree. That's exactly what it says to me. You know, Christians, you and your perspective, get out, not welcome, right? When they talk about unity and unification, that's exactly what I was talking about before. What are they actually talking about? They're talking about unifying their kingdom. They want to band together and stand against the kingdom of righteousness. That's what they're trying to pull out. Like, okay, we're all going to get together. We are unified against a thing. And this is the thing they're choosing to be unified against. It's not just you and me, but it's actually the kingdom of righteousness that they are unifying against. If you're aligned with the kingdom of righteousness, they are against you. And that's why when somebody is in a moderate center position or even moderate left, they end up getting pushed out. You get pushed right to the right side. You don't know. They're swinging so far. It's not just a left and right thing. It's a morals and values perspective about kingdom principle. What kingdom do you belong to? You're going to have to declare. You have to stand and declare which kingdom you're actually for. And you do that every day, all day anyway, whether you know it or not, based on your behaviors. Your allegiance, your alignment is very visible. During the show, a group of 18 performers, including 3 familiar drag race France queens. So these are people that are known well, apparently. Struck poses behind what looked like a long table with the Seine River and Eiffel Tower prominently placed in the background. At the center was an ornately dressed woman. What is that? What is a woman? I'm going to do my best. What's his name? I forget his name at the moment. Matt Walsh. Do my best, Matt Walsh. What is that? What is a woman? All right. With a large silver headdress that resembled a halo, as depicted in paintings of Jesus. She smiled and made a heart shape with her hands as her peers stared down the camera before breaking out in a choreographed routine. Was it an ensemble that actually stuck together? Because from what they were saying before, all the performances were so disjointed that it wouldn't have made a good show anyway. I'm not going to watch it to find out because I think it's grotesque. There's no reason for it. Models then stormed the stage for the impromptu fashion show. Impromptu? Impromptu implies that it wasn't by design. It's intentional or not. That saw the supposed Last Supper mockers swaying along the sidelines. The showcase turned into a dance floor at the end with Drag Race France host Nikki Doll. Hang it up, dude. You're calling yourself Doll. There's problems here. Okay. Strutting down the stage, contestants Pamela and Peach, how do you say this? Were also a part of the performance to add to the absurdity. Even these guys are calling you absurd, and I don't think they're right by any means. I don't mean right as in correct. I mean right as in far right, as you would like to paint these people. Okay. A massive serving tray was planted on the stage, revealing a scantily dressed man painted head to toe in sparkling blue curled up inside. There it is. Look, see? I was not wrong. I have not read this before. Here we go. The Olympics said the performance was an interpretation of the Greek god of wine and festivity, Dionysus. Make us aware of the absurdity of violence between human beings. Okay. See? There you go. You know, I'm going to be done on that one. I'm just going to pass over here. All right. There you go. Well, now we know, don't we? Okay, now I can see what we're posting again. Wait just a moment. Let me stop the share on that. Okay. Oh yeah. Maybe Carnism as Cancer should do a reaction to the Olympic show. I highly doubt that they will, but it would be very interesting if they did. Now wouldn't it? Okay. They are showing Celine Dion at the show. I have seen her dead, almost dead, and doing great online. Can't believe anyone. Just I don't think that Celine Dion is dead. I'm pretty sure that there was a celebrity death hoax on Celine for some time. I don't know that they came out and rebutted it very quickly, like when they said Jackie Chan is dead, or if they said some of the other guys, what's his name? What was the other guy they were saying died? I forget at the moment, but they came out very quickly and said, no, he's not dead. And they showed, photos and stuff and some videos, and that these guys are still alive. But I think the Celine Dion hoax went on for some time, and that may be the case because they probably didn't address it very quickly. Probably thought it was just a joke and leave it alone. It's not a big deal. But I don't think that she's dead. If she's a she, there is some evidence out there. There are people going, Celine Dion can sing awful high, but it's a girl. I don't even know. I wonder. Blackouts and brownouts throughout history. Sure, there certainly are blackouts and brownouts throughout history, and I imagine it's probably due to failing infrastructure in Paris, especially due to all of the influx of people for their performances. And there's probably a lot of staging going on because of it. But that doesn't mean it isn't connected to a judgment. Eat meat, don't be fruity. Rick, that's right. Eat the fruit, turn into a fruit. My homosexual friend hates drag except for drag racing. Okay, great. This is true. Richard Simmons is dead. I'm seeing now she's alive. Yeah, Richard dead. See, I'm behind. That's what happens when I start switching over to read something. Is drag racing with those long, skinny cars? It depends. Some cars, yes. Others, no. Depends on what you mean by drag racing. Damn it, Jim. I'm a carnivore doctor. Hey, hello. Nice to see you. What do you know?
I got tired of typing.
That's what it is.
Oh, I'm on my phone, so it's like finger, and then I hit the space. Damn it, go back. Oh, I just got tired of it. So
he says that's one form of drag racing. You also have funny cars and stock cars. Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite is demolition derby. I like that.
Oh, we had people in our neighborhood when we were teenagers. They did demolition derby on the street, on their street.
Something sounds illegal about that.
Yeah, something was illegal, I think. Yeah, and he was pretty much an illegal kind of guy all throughout his life. So
D says, drag racing, how fast can I drag someone? Well, I'd say maybe about 15 miles an hour, but anything other than that's going to be lethal.
Oh, but I think she just made up a new sport, maybe.
Drag racing. Does your drag partner get to wear roller skates? Bobcat Radio is more fun.
Seen that before. A couple of weird, funny, goofy guys, hitched on the back of a Corvette.
You can see that kind of stuff on YouTube. I'm still pretty sure that that's also illegal.
They don't do that anymore. Everybody's too afraid. Everybody has to have helmets on.
Yeah. They don't do that anymore because they all died after having tried it.
Well, maybe. I don't know. That was, millions of years ago.
Yeah, that's what happens with, like the Jackass crew. Some of their guys are.
Oh, that's right.
Injured. Yeah. I never actually watched it, but I know some people did.
Oh my gosh, they did some crazy stuff. They should have always had helmets on, Kevlar and everything.
I wonder if it would have helped. I mean, I wonder because I know some of the stunts they did were just devastating anyway.
They did that.
YouTube.
Fighting offense YouTube. Yeah. I think they did that. They did that with their friends. They put those electric dog collars on each other to see how they work and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You'd be surprised. You think that for the dog, it's not terrible. It's just, training, right? Training. Oh. I think that's probably why a lot of those that they don't get used anymore. Those shock collars. People try them on themselves. Shit, that hurts. How about that though? I did not read that article ahead of time. I really figured even though they turned him blue, the intent was to put Dionysus on stage.
I think I'm going to take my. Oh no, I have to have my ear pod on, don't I? Otherwise, I'll echo. Right? Shoot.
Probably.
Okay. I'll just turn it up. Okay.
Okay. What you got? Did you watch any of that Olympic stuff?
I did not. I don't think I've watched Olympic stuff since like Mary Lou Retton was in there in gymnastics and stuff. That was millions of years ago. Nadia Comaneci, Mary Lou Retton. The family watched all the volleyball when it was that the blonde-haired girl and the black-haired girl, and they were just really good. They were good, but I don't know who they were. So I didn't watch it. I'd rather just go out and have fun or go to work or whatever. No, the last time I saw it was no, never mind.
No, go
Maybe
ahead.
it was that Katie Lang sang Hallelujah. I think that was Olympics, and she started in Canada. I was going to say Canada. In Canada, and Katie Lang sang that Hallelujah, and that's the first time I ever heard that song, and I thought that is a great song. But I didn't watch the Olympics at all.
Have you looked up the lyrics to the song Hallelujah?
I kind of quit. I think after 9 verses, I don't know. There was a lot more than people sing. Yeah. But I still like. I like it. I like the way it goes up and down. It's kind of emotional, even if you don't even know the words.
Whoa.
No, there were too many.
No, yeah, you're right. There are way too many.
Other things have a lot too, and a lot of verses that nobody knows or you don't hear them. I'm trying to think of some other songs. I forget. Rick put all those other lyrics into that Sunday song and made it Heart Attack. His Sunday song, and made new lyrics.
So while you're talking, I'm looking up the Dionysus connections a little bit more deeply, and it is very interesting. There's so much that I have to maybe parse this down in some other stream some other time, because Dionysus is equated very closely with the biblical figure of Satan, or at least that's the modern interpretations anyway. And so it's very interesting how there's a very deep connection to Dionysus being a god of not only wine and whatnot, but also chaos. Ooh. Wow. This is some old material too. This is not new stuff by any means. Wow. Did I hear from Larry? Exit question B. No, I did not hear from Larry. I'm not sure exactly how things are going for him just now. I may have to just communicate with him throughout the week and try to reschedule. Sadly, that seems to be the way we play out.
How come Rick's not on here? Is he taking a bath again?
I do not know. I posted the link.
Where's your brother?
My brother, I don't know. He went off too. Where did he go? Mason!
Is he your older brother or younger brother?
No, he's my younger brother. He's younger by a little bit. He's younger by a little bit.
Well, he was corny as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
We like it that way. I don't know. Is he still there? Hello? I don't know. It says we only have 2 active watchers, and so that's probably Rick and Dee just now. But then sometimes it doesn't tell me who's watching.
Oh, sometimes it does? I didn't know that.
It tells me that there are 2 viewers. It doesn't tell me who is viewing per se. just as there's a count, and then whoever's chatting, I can see who's chatting. So I just assume that these are the ones that are here. See, he says, I'm here. Nice. I guess Mason went off then. Yeah. I was hoping Amanda would pop in because we were doing some conspiracy stuff, and she said she might be interested before, but then I didn't let her know ahead of time that we were going to do that. That's because I wasn't planning for this right now. Let's see. I'm going to see if Mason's still on. See if I can get a hold of him. I was going to say something else, and it just didn't work out right. Message. Are you on? No.
I'm going to hit this button that says more. I may be cut out, but I want to see what more says.
Click it.
It says comments, recording, stream, Mr. Forget it then. Cancel. See ya. Bye.
See? I I think you pushed the wrong button there. You pushed the wrong button. Well, I guess that's probably a good spot to end it.
Well, there was nothing more for me there, I guess.
Yeah, you pushed a button, and then you pushed a button.
Yeah. I'm outside. I thought I should bring my laptop out here. That way I can actually type. But no.
Might work. No, yeah.
I think I would be just like a foot away from the Wi-Fi or something. The signal.
Okay. I'm trying to see if he's on. He doesn't even talk to me. I know. Mason, where are you? That's fine. Okay, so you haven't watched the Olympics in a number of years. I've only watched very small snippets of the Olympics, but then that's maybe on YouTube or something, because you never really had TV that would get the Olympics. So by the time we had TV that would, I wasn't interested. Except for the figure skating. I didn't watch Olympic figure skating.
I'm not big on sports either, so.
I missed that.
In organized sports, I don't mind, I've always played baseball, basketball, bowling, everything, but I never liked teams. I liked teams while I was playing, but I didn't want to go every single week and all this, and so I didn't do it.
So how's your bowling game?
I'm not very good. My daughter is really good, except for her shoulder. She doesn't bowl much anymore because her shoulder. I meant to tell her about Carnivore. Could probably help that shoulder, but she's tired of me and Carnivore. And then my son-in-law is really good. He's like a semi-pro. He goes to Vegas and all other places for tournaments and stuff. He's pretty good.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm not good at bowling. I can keep the ball in my lane though. That's good.
My highest ever was what was it? It was 157, and that's not a good score. My highest ever, because 300 is the best, and most people who can bowl can do at least 200. My highest was 157, and I think I was drunk that day, and that was, millions of years ago. Everything I did was millions of years ago.
So what do you play now? Do you play any games at all? You do golf?
I played. Oh, I loved golf. I was good with golf. I used to take a fishing pole when I went golfing, and I would stop at the ponds and stuff and fish a little bit. Unless I was actually with a foursome or something, then I would just go on through. But if I went by myself, I would take a fishing pole, throw one out, catch a couple bass, put them back. I did.
You're gonna play a long, boring game anyway. You might as well go fishing.
Yeah, it's not boring when you're doing it, I guess. It's boring to watch. It is. But I won like 3 years in a row. I won longest drive in this charity, a charity thing. What is it called? Chili Open or something. It was for some person who died or something. 3 years in a row, though, I won longest drive for the females, And you know what I won? I won a little sleeve of golf balls. I go, yes.
That's useful.
Everybody,
If you have a long
everybody else
drive.
was getting everybody else was getting steak dinners or memberships somewhere, and I got these little golf balls. I love golf. I can't do it anymore, so because something's just twisted in my back, and they don't even address it when I went, and they just didn't even think about it. I'm like, whatever, you're done.
Have you tried
taking
chiropractic or something?
Yeah, I did that, and he did help me a little bit, but then what he did was he yanked my leg. When I would go in there, I'm sitting there and I'm like, now don't I look crooked? And he says, no, you don't look crooked at all. And I said, well, I feel crooked, Well, anyway, on the table and stuff. And that I would want one of those tables to sleep on because they're so relaxing. Well, he yanked my leg and I saw the cartoon stars going around my head. Literally, they were those stars going around my head. And I'm like, that's it. That you just concussed me, baby, and I don't even know what you did.
Wow.
He didn't even tell me he was going to do it. He just yanked, and so something is not right there. I've tried other things. And then I go to YouTube, and they said maybe it's this. What the heck was that? I forget the name of the muscle. I said, well, maybe that's it. So I did that once. So I got on the floor, did this stretch, and I'm like, ooh, that hurt. I'm like, okay, get up, and I'm standing, and I had no pain. I'm standing, and I'm like, this is nice. Oh my gosh, I have no pain. I grabbed the dog, and I said, let's go for a walk, and we're walking. I said, okay, I haven't walked so much. Now we're done. And I go to sit down, and I screamed. It hurt so bad. And I go to lay down. I screamed. It hurt so bad. So that was it for YouTube.
Maybe you just overdid it.
Yeah, I may have. I mean, like I didn't warm up or anything. I didn't like stretch right before that. I just went ahead and just did that move. And it hurt. And then after a few days of not being able to sleep, I went to the hospital. I said I'm crying because I need to sleep, and the doctor said it's just to strain the muscle. And so they gave me, muscle relaxers and pain pills. And I said, okay. And it went away.
Wow.
So that was that. And that's it. I'm like Rick. I don't do doctors even when I'm sick. When I think I had COVID and my daughter thought I was dying, but it was because I didn't eat because everything didn't taste good. And finally she grabbed me some Atkins chocolate milk stuff, and that just brought me back to life. So but I didn't go for anything. I don't do vaccinations and all that because the human body can cure itself, can heal itself. I knew that forever. You see the boo-boos get healed all by themselves, but being mechanically hurt,
yeah.
Hmm?
D says, not trying to offend, but I like a good muscle relaxer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I didn't even want the pills. I just wanted to be able to sleep, so that's why I took it, so I could actually lay down and sleep. Yeah. That felt good sleeping that day. That was, how long ago was that? That was 2016. That's when I did that, so.
So that has been a while. You might want to try stretching again.
Well, I have a rebounder. I have this twisty thing, like 1950s little thing. You stand on it and you twist. Because if my back does hurt, I'll twist and it'll be gone. It'll be better. But I cannot do those exercises. I cannot like lay on the floor and put my knees up because something cuts something off, and my whole left side is just cramped. You know, it
Wow.
makes me sick. You know, like, oh. So it's messed up, and nobody's ever addressed it, even though I said, hey, look here, hey, and they looked at my hip every time because I was elderly, I guess. You know, they thought, well, we're gonna get her hip. Yeah, and X-rays were fine. They were great. I use a cane because my leg's shorter a little bit because something's so twisted in there. But I can use that left leg, but then I would have to drag my right leg. So I'd rather use my right leg and limp with my left leg. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Dragging something. You know, the drag races.
Yep.
Dragging. Dragging is not
You can drag a
really.
bicycle.
Oh, it would look like a zombie, you know, just dragging. So I just limp. I'd rather limp.
You might try an
I've always had.
osteopath instead.
Do what?
You might try an osteopath instead.
Osteopath.
Slightly different than say chiropractic. Osteopaths are a little bit different. A lot of what they do is the soft tissue, as well as trying to realign the bones. But they oftentimes target that through the connective tissues, like the where's the word I'm looking for? It's in my mind somewhere. You know, like the tendons and ligaments and
That's
stuff.
what you do. Your soft tissues would be your muscles and your ligaments, your tendons, your.
Right. My mind is just wandering on the word. Where did it go? I hate it when I have a word just right out of reach.
Osteopath. I hate that when that word is right out of reach. You can almost read it in your mind, but it's not right there. Okay, osteopath. I'll look at that. I'll look that up and see what they're doing. What is that? I mean, I think I know what you mean.
Right.
Well, it just might be the
very similar to the chiropractic, but also different, and different enough that it may help.
Kind of like a masseuse would do it too, possibly. You know, to align some muscles or something somewhere. I don't know. But the thing is I don't go to a store if it's that busy because I don't want to stand in line and wait. I don't do self-checkout. So, you know, I want it be done now, right now. Instant gratification.
You reminded me of something. The other day I was watching a comedian on Dry Bar, and he was talking about checking out of the self-checkout. It's like you want them to do their job. All you gotta do is set it to Spanish, and then go like, "Hey, you want to help me out with this?" It was a Home Depot joke. I think it was Home Depot. He said, "You know, it's like, yeah, that's right, because I'm not wearing an orange vest." Yeah, I don't work there, man. I hate that self-checkout.
I don't mind if there's a line and the people are actually working the line, you know, but I don't know. I just have no patience for that, I guess.
Around here, some of the smaller shops are starting to implement the idea of self-checkout service. I'm like, I avoid that like the plague. And I tell them, I say, those lines, they're meant to replace you. So you might want to be against them too.
Right. Right. What are you gonna? Well, evidently they don't want anybody to have work to have money. Well, of course. Well, there's both sides. I mean, the business. No, it's still not good for business. I don't think.
It's not. You end up with that.
I wouldn't want to.
You end up having to employ just as much security as you would checkers.
Right. True. Well, I guess here in USA, you can steal as much as $950, and they won't even call the police on you.
Depends on your state.
Really, it is a state thing. Well, it's here. It's here in Ohio.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
seen that
and
in
I don't even know if it's a
I would've.
state thing. I think it's an insurance thing. It depends on who your insurance person is.
That may be. I mean, as far as at the level of your store, maybe, but for state prosecution, it may depend on your state. I think if you try to pull that in Texas or in Florida, they're probably going to prosecute your ass.
I hope so. Yeah, I would hope so. That's the only reason I really like Florida for that, and Texas.
Mm-hmm. And at the same time, it's seen as a threat. And in some places like Florida and some others, you get constitutional carry and stand your ground laws. So, like, sure, go ahead, touch myself, dude.
I think it's here in Ohio. You can. Well, no, because I went to Walmart once way before self checkout, and I ran into a neighbor there, and he just had his gun right there in a holster. Well, now he's not a cop or anything, but he just walked around with his gun in a holster. But I knew who he was, and I knew he figured out the law so that he could do that. I wasn't surprised
well,
when I
open
saw
carry.
that.
Yeah, that's probably open carry, but he's probably got a license for the gun in itself. Now, in my estimation of it, constitutionalism, you do not need license to carry a firearm. The only license you need is the Second Amendment right to bear arms. It's right there. Florida is the gun shine state, Rick says. Rick, that is
Yeah. Do you have a gun? Oh, Rick, I'm not going to ask you if you have a gun. I won't let you put it out on the internet.
I imagine he doesn't, because they all got lost in that boating accident. Anyway, Rick says no open carry in Florida. I don't know about that. Is that the case? I thought
really
they were constitutional carry, though, right?
Huh.
I know Arkansas's got constitutional carry right now. If I move back, I'd move back to either Florida or maybe Texas or Arkansas, just for the gun laws. Like, yep, I would do that.
Yeah. I like.
Rick says they got lost, all right. Them guns is lost, man. I don't even know what happened to them. Arkansas only. D says Arkansas only. You come home. I was thinking about if I move back, I might move back to the States. But if I go, I would have to go somewhere where they don't have like harsh winters, because my kids are from Indonesia and my wife is Indonesian. And I was thinking, if they have to survive a winter, they're going to think they're dying.
Yeah, you'd have to go there in those southern states. How long have you been gone?
I've been here. This is going into my 17th year, if I'm not mistaken. I came here officially first. I came here in 2007, the end of 2007. And I moved here in about mid 2008. So, yeah, this is my 17th year.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I've been here a while. D says the same thing. 17. Yep, it's been a while. I imagine the United States is slightly different than it used to be.
Well, how are your laws there?
Difficult to understand.
Oh, yeah.
Difficult to understand, and they change it to with whatever czar is at the top. So
yeah, okay.
I mean that. There are certain areas of law where they literally change the rule of law based on one office's opinion.
Well, that's pretty much how it's starting to be in the USA, it seems.
Isn't that weird? It's like the Department of ATF can set their own rules and regulations, and it applies as law. How does that work?
That shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. Well, same with IRS too. That shouldn't be.
Right?
Except for the thing is I don't know about ATF, but I guess if you register your gun, then you're like in their jurisdiction. And if you sign when you're employed and you sign in the W-2 forms and stuff, then you're in IRS jurisdiction. You know, so they have their laws.
Yeah. It's contract.
Just like
that's exactly what it is. It's contract.
Yeah, that's what most of USA is, contract. Yeah.
And if you apply to the contracting, then you are agreeing that they have jurisdiction. That's why I said, do not contract with the state. They've got no right to regulate human behavior. Do not contract with the state.
My little corny brother, Steve, he hasn't had a driver's license for, I don't know, 20 years or whatever. And just recently he's been pulled over a couple of times because, a headlight was out or something. But what he does is he drives his son to work because his son, my nephew, is kind of almost legally blind. He can't drive, but he owns the car. So my brother drives him. Well, and he told me this in a message. He said, I got pulled over. And I said, and he goes, well, and he's all for rights and all that. And he goes, well, I was a chicken and I told him my social security number. So he didn't say,
I guess he didn't want to get shot.
I don't need a license, because like in Ohio Constitution, it more or less says you're free to go on public roads. You're free to travel on public roads.
Because
but once you get the driver's license,
about freedom of travel.
When you get the driver's license, though, then you're not an Ohioan. You are a U.S. citizen. And I don't know, because I've listened to all these patriots and stuff, and it's more or less you're a dual citizen then. So Ohio can treat you as someone who isn't an Ohioan. So they have laws for you. You are a commodity. You're a commercial entity.
Yeah, you're a resident instead of domiciled.
Right. And that's what I've been thinking this whole time. Like, that's crazy.
Complicated stuff. They do that on purpose. They make it almost impossible to understand what your actual rights are.
Yes. Well, I told my brother Steve, I said, now you look at it, our birth certificates. Oh, our certificate of living birth. It has it has your father's name. It has your mother's maiden name, and I know on my birth certificate she signed. She had her maiden name on there, but she signed as her married name. And then going through this rabbit hole, I found out that the U.S. nationalization law is anybody who is born out of wedlock becomes a U.S. citizen. And so actually on that birth certificate, it says my dad's name and my mom's maiden name, which means she wasn't married to him. So and I told my little brother, I said, well, Stevie, if they ask your mother's maiden name, you say, my mom wasn't a maiden. She is married. Well, you don't say that, but he doesn't have the Constitution to do that in his head, what is it the Cowardly Lion didn't have? Fortitude? Courage. He has the courage, but he doesn't, he's not that bright. I'm not going to say that too loud. He's not that bright. But,
it's on the
but he knows it's wrong the way they do that. They do mix it up. They do,
They do.
And I just know I'm an Ohioan. Last time I renewed my license because my dad wanted me to be on his insurance so that I could drive him wherever. Fine. So I did. And since then it's been, since then it's been gone. And now that it's, now that it's done, my daughter will not let me drive her car because I have no license. And I'm like, okay, that's all right. You just have to drive me everywhere.
Are you a driver? What is the technical definition of driver?
Oh, right. And I'm not a driver. I use cars. A driver is an operator is a commercial entity. An operator, a driver is, right? And I try to tell my little brother.
The way they finagle this,
right? But the thing is they know this. They know this before they have you sign, and they aren't disclosing, what their terms are. What they're giving us general terms that we know. You know, we all say we drive, blah blah blah, but their definition of drive is different.
Yeah. But
so, but we don't know that.
Law, if you're signing something that you don't understand, it actually makes the contract void, because they're having you sign it under false pretenses and duress. They tell you cannot do this if you do not do that, and there are penalties. You're signing under duress.
Yeah.
None of that.
Oh yeah, just like my oldest daughter, I never even thought about this stuff ever. But then when my son was born and they come into my room, you know, I just had a baby, and they come into my room and they say, we need you to register. And I said, why? You know, and they, you know, why would I want to do that? And they say, just to record it. And I'm like, I think I'm still like recovering because I had a C-section. I'm still recovering. I said, fine. If it's just recording it, fine. But then that puts you in the state.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of being in a family log, in a family Bible or something like that. Whatever. I figure, who cares? You know, I don't do crimes. Not that I know of. I mean, I've done, when I was younger, I did drugs. I did a lot. But as I got older and found out all these laws, I thought, well, that's fine. I did drugs, but I didn't do recreational drugs. They weren't recreational. They were other kind of drugs, you know, but nobody ever caught me or anything like that. So
it's all internet forever now.
Whatever. Well, I don't, you know, I don't care. I just look at because I know that if somebody comes up and wants my ID, I would say, well, look, I'm standing right here. What other ID do you need? Because I would have to authorize any ID. And I've already done this. Where I live, down Souther, the police came and did there was a lot of gunshots and everything around the city. So the city decided to buy this technology about shot spotter, I think it was called, to put like sensors up on light poles or something, and so that they know where the shots are coming from. And one night there was a bunch of police right in front of my house and across the street and down the road, and they were shooting like at this truck, but they were doing blanks, you know. But it's like 11 o'clock at night, and the neighbors come out, and one neighbor's getting all huffy and stuff, and this policeman comes up to us and says something, and I'm like, listen, we just want to know what you're doing. And he says it's classified. And I said, classified? Classified? I said, classified my ass. You are standing right here in front of us doing this. And he goes, well, this is what we're doing. And I said, yeah, don't you tell me classified in a city. Right.
No,
anyway, that was just a waste of money.
Like that in the city, can they?
Huh?
Can they do tests like that at night in the city?
That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. And it was like 11 o'clock at night. And so that's like past the noise law, you know, where you want to be done by 10 o'clock or something.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, rules for thee, but not for me.
But whatever. Yeah, right. Right. Well, anyway, I just said no. I just talked to him without being emotional, you know. I'm just stating the facts or asking for the facts. You know, classified, I don't do, you know, you can't be classified if you're right here in front of me doing something. That's hardly classified.
You think they'd be worried to even do something like that without, you know, real serious protecting their ass, because they're doing that in full view of the public, and they know everybody's got a camera nowadays. Well,
that's probably why they were doing it at night, so they wouldn't quite be in full view, you know, where everybody would be sleeping. But then gunshots, we're going to hear that.
At night, most people are still awake. I think most people in the city.
What happened was in the neighborhood, there was like all kinds of gunshots, all kinds of stupid gunshots for no reason. Some lady who was walking her kid somewhere, and some guy across the street like pulled up his shirt and showed her his gun and stuff like that. And and then and my little brother, he was in that same town, and he went looking for bullets, to see where these bullets were and stuff. But then after they got that shot spotter, there was no more gunshots. And I'm like, yeah, they made it look like they needed it. Is what I'm thinking. That's my theory. They made it, there was some kind of a company or something out there that just said, go make noise, go make noise.
Yeah, false flag.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just like reminiscing this stuff.
No, that makes perfect sense. They do stuff like that.
They
when
they
there's
do.
a riot, the FBI parks bricks on the side of the road so people pick them up.
No, wait. Do we know that's who it was? Or I thought it would have been like an organization like, no, BLM or someone, some organization.
It was
Who
definitely organized.
You think it's FBI? You think it's FBI?
I think the CIA and the FBI get into this kind of stuff all the time.
I think I changed that I to a G for gaslighting. I changed it to FBG and CGA. Yeah.
Yeah. That would
Instead of intelligence, we just put gaslighting.
Yeah.
I have a cousin who was FBI. She's not this stupid.
If you know one singular agent, that's one thing. But if you're getting wrapped up in an agency, it's different.
Yeah.
But then, how do you know? That asset may not even be active, and they could have layer after layer after layer of programming built into their brains. They don't even know.
Oh, that's probably true. Ooh, I should go call her once and just give her just random words.
It's a book like Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, I've never read that book.
They all have it.
I've never read.
Whenever they catch an asset, they all have a book like Catcher in the Rye or something like that.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll do that.
Mice and Men, they're always carrying around a book of some kind. It's their activation codes and stuff.
Oh, wow. Wow, you know about this matrix, don't you?
A little bit.
Oh, my theory about the attempt, that last attempt, that infamous attempt. My theory is mainly because he only got the earshot, which was, we can all say it was a divine intervention and stuff, and it could have been, because mine is only a theory, but my theory is, and I don't even want to put him in this, but come the election, and everybody, and everybody's going to vote for him,
We lost connection.
You did.
Okay, try it again.
I'm here.
I couldn't hear you.
Wait. Yeah. Lost connection. Oh no, never mind. They're listening to me.
They probably are. I mean, we've hit on some serious stuff already. I noticed a jump in the stream earlier.
They're going to try and start the Civil War. Yeah, they're making it so that he's going to be there, but then he's not going to win. And they're trying to make us. I'm not even going to say us, because I've never voted before in my life, because I don't need someone to make laws for me. I've never voted, but I'm always interested. But I'm thinking he might even be in this just to, start the Civil War. But I'm thinking the people on his side aren't going to fall for it. They'll be ready, but they aren't going to fall for it. I don't think they'll go and, they'll be ready in their own homes. I think. But I think they're trying to, they are trying to polarize us.
For sure.
And he may be part of it because, everybody's loving him and stuff. I like him. I've liked him ever since I saw him the very first time. Because I'm thinking, this guy's smart. He's a very good businessman. Oh, he's cocky. I like that. But a lot of people are worshiping him. Those are the ones to have to watch out for.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that that's something they were concerned about. Is if he actually had been assassinated, they would have just, branded everybody who was a Trump supporter as the enemy of the state. And I say, I can see that as a possibility.
Oh, right.
But what I don't see as a possibility is an earshot like that just happened to happen, I don't think that he could set that up. I don't think even some of the best snipers in the world could have made that shot just incidentally.
Yeah.
Like ear? How do you shoot just an ear?
And then where did the bullet go?
Well, apparently in the stands.
Yeah. Well, it was pretty darn crowded, so someone should have been hurt past his ear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that was closer to the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened when that bullet went, grazed his ear? We don't even know how bad it was. Do we? Do I? I don't know. It didn't get blown off.
True, but
so it hits. It hits. Where does it go? Where did it go? And nobody behind him. And nobody behind him looked as terrified as I think I would have been.
They identified one of the ladies behind him as an FBI asset.
Oh, the one with the phone?
Yeah. There are lots of videos coming out that they actually have her identified as an FBI asset.
I mean, we can
very
say
interesting.
Yeah, we can say anything. But they did that with rock and roll songs. Oh, this means this means this, because they can reference it to the Bible somehow, or even referencing the Bible, saying, the eagle is this, America, or whatever, and this is this, and this is this. Like, I don't know. You guys are just, I don't know.
America and the Bible, I've heard that so many different ways, though. It's like some preachers will come out and say America is not even mentioned in the Bible, and others will say it's definitely mentioned in the Bible. I don't know. It's not clear.
Yeah.
It's not clear one way or the other to me. America is specifically mentioned biblically.
I'm not a Bible person. I'm not a religious person. I've always hated church. I went to church once with my Lutheran cousins, and I was wearing a skirt that my mom made me, and some old lady comes out and tells me, that skirt's too short. You should not be in this church, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how very Christian is that of you? I'm like, I quit. I just don't do church. But I know, I know parts of it here and there. But my little brother, the one I always talk about, he's corny, but he's a little slow. But anyway, he like quotes out of the Bible. Well, this is this. And I'm like, well, what about the tattoos? Because that says the same thing about the tattoos, and here your sons are all covered with them. Okay, so I read the Bible probably about 10 years ago. I read it, and I'm like, oh, all right. Okay. I didn't read all the begat. I just said, okay, begat. I didn't just keep reading that, but I read all of it, and I went especially to Revelations because he always worries about Revelations. And I'm just reading, I'm like, all right, I had my own mindset, and I said, Steve, now you go and read the Bible, and you put your name every time it says Lord, and it'll make sense. You put your name where Lord is, and it'll make sense, but not worldly. You go with your emotions and your thinking. You'll feel the fire and brimstone when you lie. You feel that. You feel, if you're getting caught in a lie, you're feeling hot. You're feeling this and that. And then a little bit later, I discovered Neville Goddard. And he articulated exactly what I was thinking. And that's a new age. That's a new age. It's called New Age. That's Napoleon Hill, Neville Goddard, some Murphy guy. And it's about like The Secret. You know that the big thing about The Secret? That was a movie, a book and stuff.
No, I know what that is.
And that is that's just an excerpt of the Bible.
Sure, but I don't know that I would take the word of a New Age guru who is excerpting parts of the scripture and not really taking it to the spirit that it is as truth.
Your video kind of freezes.
Yeah, they're throttling me. I can see that the Wi-Fi button is going lower and lower, but I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because they're listening, you know. Well, anyway, I listened to him. Neville Goddard. You look up Neville Goddard and look up, if you want to, you look up Neville Goddard and put the 12 disciples. And he'll explain what these 12 disciples are, who they are. And he, I don't even want to say this because I tried this with Mike Shaw and he's like, rah, 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 rah. I'm like, okay, that's all right. That's all right. I don't know. I guess I don't want to get into religion, but I believe it because in the Bible it says there's nothing new under the sun, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun. That's why you cannot fortune tell. You cannot be a fortune teller because it's already there. The airplanes were already here. All they had to do was get the desire and the need to fly. You know, when I got my chickens, I didn't have a whole lot of money, but my son couldn't eat gluten anymore. So I said, well, you know what? We're going to give you real eggs too. So I said, I'm going to get chickens. And all of a sudden, these things came to me. I go to my sister's and she just took down her fence. And I said, I'll take that fence, you know. And then I went to my little brother's house and he said, I'm cleaning up this garage, this rental garage. And I said, I'll take that chicken wire, you know. And it just came to me. Every single thing came to me. And for most people who start chickens, they're going to pay like $500 or something to get coops and all that. Everything came to me, and all I had to spend was like $50 for some hinges and a little bit of hardware because it all came to me because I had that desire to do that. And that's why I really got into that Neville Goddard. I said, okay, I get it. I see it. And it's been happening to you your whole life. It's been happening to everybody their whole life. If they have that focus, they try to teach you in the school, focus, focus, focus. But they're not telling you it's attention and emotion. And they gotta meet. They gotta meet to make it work. Well, like when you're in love, when you fall in love, you have that. You have the attention and you have the emotion. And things are looking good for you. You know? I'm sorry. I don't want to preach. Whatever. This is goofy. I don't know. Neville Goddard.
Trying to understand your perspective on things. It's useful.
Neville Goddard.
Your ideas out.
Yeah, you look Neville Goddard, and you look at his 12 disciples. That, and then you look at Neville Goddard, and you go, I am. Just Neville Goddard, I am, because that's what the Bible says. I am. That's what Moses found is I am.
But he didn't find that in and of himself. He found it in God. I am declared himself to Moses. Moses did not declare himself as the I am. There's a vast difference. There's a giant chasm between man saying I am.
No, Moses couldn't do it because while he had the faith in God, He didn't have the faith in the God in himself. But we all say, I am sick and tired of this. I am sick and tired of this. Of course you are, because you just said that. You know, I am happy. Of course you are. You just said this. If you say, I want something, of course you do. So God gives it to you. That means you get to want. Go ahead, have that one all you want. I need. Of course you do. So you're going to need it for as long as you say I need it. And I'm like, this makes good sense to me.
Okay.
That's the secret, where you have to embody what you deserve. Embody that you have what you want, and have the feeling that you have what you want, and it'll come. Okay, can I get an amen? No.
Interesting perspective.
Well, that's Neville Goddard, but he was in a line of a lot of them. There's other, Napoleon Hill. He was kind of famous for entrepreneurs and stuff, how to be rich and stuff like that. He was in the same line with Neville Goddard. There's other names, and a lot of people know them. And I think that's a lot of where the Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he doesn't say it like I'm saying it, but he says, it just comes to me. Because he wants this. He has a desire to make this, and he says, it just comes to me. I said, yeah, that's right, Elon. When I wrote my book, my terrible writing, but a good story. When I wrote my book, it just came to me, I'm like writing, and I'm like, I called it Twisted Roots. Twisted Roots. My pen name is Janine Scott Jean. It's I actually just self-published it on Smashwords because I finished writing it and I never got an editor or anything. I thought, I'm done with it, because it took me 6 years to write it. I said, I'm done. I took a lot out and put a lot in. It's kind of like my back, so there's a lot of like misconnects in here, but it still works out because I'm a terrible writer, like I am a singer. But I like the story. I've read it again not too long ago, and I'm like, oh, yeah, ooh, ooh. And
it's good if you still like your own story.
Yeah. And because I just read it, but then the thing is that I know the character, so I can read it easily. Where someone else starts it, they're like, what? Huh?
But it is available. Where would we find it?
I have it on smashwords.com. You can actually just Google Twisted Roots. There's a few books named Twisted Roots, and like some are mysteries, some are this, but mine's fantasy science fiction. And you do Twisted Roots, and it's by Janine Scott Jean. Janine Scott Jean. Scott Jean is one word. It's like a last name. And sometimes they put up the like summary or something of it. I'm like, no, that's the stupidest thing you should put up. You should put up my introduction to it or something, and whatever. Smashwords, I think you can read it for like, I don't know, 100 pages or so for free. Smashwords.com.
Okay. So, yeah, sold by Smashwords. Okay, cool. All right. And there's actually a Barnes & Noble link to that. Cool.
Yeah, because they go ahead and give it to, let other people sell it. I have another one there too called God Sand, like God, sand in one word. And that's more a paranormal kind of Egyptian thing, which I like that one too. But like I said, I'm not the best writer. I would, I don't know.
Well, it's interesting though.
Because I think I think of grammar and punctuation and stuff. Because I talk like half the time I talk like a trailer park person. I've never lived in a trailer park, but sometimes I talk like that. But then sometimes I'll talk like some elite, states person or something, because it's I don't know. But I've been always comfortable in biker bars. I've been always comfortable in country clubs. I could do either one. And I talk lazy. I should be Cockney. I should do Cockney. I should talk that way because I'm lazy talking. I'm a lazy talker.
That's a hard accent, though. Can you do that one?
What?
Can you do a Cockney accent? Because that, in my opinion, that's a pretty hard one.
Wait, let's see. I'm thinking Fair Lady now. My Fair Lady. What the heck? What?
That's a different thing.
Well, I don't even know how they say anything. But although I would pop off on it sometimes. What you say? No, I don't know. Well, I can say the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. I don't know how she said it before. But I don't know. I could always get into those accents quick.
Sometimes. Okay, well, I hate to shut it down, but I do have to because I have some other things to run and do. You've been a lovely...
you're daytime, aren't you?
Huh?
You're daytime, aren't you?
Yes, it's daytime. I must run and pick up a computer.
You have a whole day to go. This is 11:14 at night here.
Oh,
so
it's nighttime.
It's about my bedtime anyway.
How about that?
All right. Well, check out my book and just read a few pages, and then you'll finally understand how how these people are connected to each other. But I don't know. But you'll say, "Oh my God, that's a terrible sentence. Why didn't you put a period there instead of a question mark? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you know?" All right. All right, you guys. Okay. I don't even know who's here yet. Who's still here? D?
Who is still here? Well, we still have 2 viewers, so I think that D is probably still connected, and I think that Rick might still be. It's hard to say for sure.
He might have it. He might be finally taking a bath. He got his air conditioning heater. All right.
Maybe. To all of our friends out there in bold Carnivore land,
thanks for me rambling. Thanks for letting me ramble on.
Hey, you're cool.
All right. And now I just hit the leave button. Okay, bye.
See you later. Hey, bye everybody. Next time, I hope to have Larry Pringle on, and I'll have to get a little bit more communication with him on the backside of that, and we will see you next time. Be bold, everybody. Oh, hey, Keto Simple. How you doing, bro? Yeah, was just about to end it. You missed it. I haven't seen you around in a while. Hey, I'm gonna hook up with you on Facebook or maybe on Instagram, and we'll chat it up because I want to get another meetup with you. I haven't seen you so long. All right? How about it, brother? You down? Woohoo! Okay, Dustin. All right. We'll see you later, man. All right. I gotta run for now, but love you. Bye. To quote Shawn. Okay, brother. See you soon.